In the studio with me again, the one and only Bobby Friss, local legend.
In my own mind.
Hey, you know what? Your mind is all that counts, right? No, lots of other people around here obviously know who you are. You've been around quite a while, and a lot of the way people know you is because you do this awesome benefit charity gig every holiday season, and that's why you're back around, right?
I would consider that a success if people remember me for that, because I've entertained for close to 50 years.
Yeah.
And put albums out and all that. But if people remember me for doing some good in the neighborhood for the Children's Home Network, I'm totally fine with that.
I personally remember you because, I'm big on foster and adopting kids. Got a couple of adopted children myself. So what you're doing really resonates with me on a personal level. So from me, thank you very much for all of
I
that.
appreciate that, and I appreciate you adopting a couple of fine kids and giving them a
Absolutely.
beautiful home.
Absolutely. Now, you've got the gig coming up. What's the date on this one?
So it's coming up Wednesday, December 6th. It's going to be at Quaker Steak and Lube, which is where we generally do it. It's a natural bike night, so you normally have, a couple hundred bikers there, but we just piggyback on top of that, and it's an outside event, so it might be a little chillier than normal for Florida residents, but throw your leather on, come out there, and it's just going to be an amazing night of, I say it's good vibes and fantastic music.
Now, of course, you've got the big all-star band coming in. Tell everybody who's joining you on stage that night.
Well, I always invite my friends Stormbringer, who are local legends in Tampa Bay for sure. I've known John and Rick Moon for probably 40 years. Also joining us will be Greg Billings and surprise guests. So I'm going to leave that up there. But, yep, we're going to have a lot of the Greg Billings guys there joining him and playing some old Stranger songs. And I'll probably get up and do a couple with Greg, too. So that'll be a blast for sure.
Yeah.
And then my guitar player for 25 years has been playing with 38 Special for the last few years. So Jerry Riggs, just one of the world's greatest guitarists when it comes to feel and just a natural talent. And he had his own record out, Riggs, had some songs on Heavy Metal Soundtrack, and now he's touring with 38. So he's coming over and he's going to play, probably a set with us, and he's donated his time and bringing some 38 Special merch. So that'll be
oh, that's cool.
Yeah, fantastic. And then a guy that's been helping me away from the benefit because he's just on the road all the time. My friend Jeff Blando goes by the name of Blando.
Mm-hmm.
He is the guitar player for Vince Neil and Slaughter, and he's played with everybody. So Blandino, he's got his own band, but old friend of mine from Michigan from way back in the day, and he's going to come over this time. So
nice.
Yeah, it's his birthday, and he said he scheduled it last year to make an effort to come over and do it. He does a lot of charity work too around the country, so it's gonna be great. We're gonna do some who knows what we'll do, some Zeppelin and some Who and some Van Halen.
Whatever you feel like. Just wait for someone to scream Freebird.
Probably won't do any Vince Neil because he's probably tired of playing that, but.
Well, you got to pull out at least a lick or two. Have him write a riff and then be like, just
I'm
kidding.
sure we will, yeah. But he's going to bring some cool stuff. Last year he brought a microphone that was signed by Vince, and that raised about $1,500 from somebody. So he's got, we have a couple other goodies that he's bringing over. So
that was going to be my next question, is how exactly are you going to be raising the money for the benefit? And obviously you're going to have a regular auction or a silent auction or both?
Well, what we do is we like to look at people that come to this and the biker community as being naturally generous. And
absolutely.
So we don't charge to get in.
Yeah.
We feel like if we don't charge and give them a great night, they will donate.
100%.
That's the kind of people they are. So what we do is we have a couple of Santa's helpers that run around and ask for donations, and then we do auction stuff all night. We've got probably 3 guitars that are signed. One guitar, a woman bought it a couple years back when everyone had signed it, including Robbie Steinhardt, who was the violinist for Kansas, who has now passed away. And she has redonated it.
Oh, wow.
So someone is going to be able to buy a guitar with all the signatures and Robbie's signature, which
that you could never get again.
You'll never get again. And Kansas is going to be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. There's no doubt about it. They're just they were so consequential when it came to just the different type of classic rock that they were,
Yeah, definitely forerunners of the prog movement,
Yeah,
and
and
just
so talented, man.
and they're coming back in January too, so they come through all the time.
That's fantastic.
Plenty of Kansas fans around,
Yep.
so you should have a whole bunch of people out there wanting to get their hands on something like that.
So we've got a bunch of that stuff. We've got some great golf foursomes that will auction off. We've got some swag here that Eagle is giving us. So
Cool.
Tickets and all kinds of stuff. So it's going to be just a great night. And we've got some corporate sponsors that Fran Hush Law has always got our back.
They are big supporters of the bike community, 100%.
They're the big supporters of everything
Yeah.
in town. They're just, and that's why I've been, a part of their team for almost 10 years, just because they're just great people that, stand up for the community. And if somebody gets in trouble on a motorcycle accident or something, they're the people to go to and just say, hey, can you give us a hand? And you get a fair shake from them. That's what I love about them.
Do you think they could talk my wife into letting me have a motorcycle again?
Boy. A motorcycle accident law firm probably is
Not the way to go.
That's probably not the. I don't even want
exact
to pull that
opposite.
card in. Yeah. I think you better go to the guy that's just been on the bike for 50 years.
Right,
and never had a scratch.
Well, I know it's probably a little late in the game, but if somebody else wanted to, I don't know, donate something for you to auction or donate cash, but they aren't going to make the event, is there a way they can do that online?
It's super easy. Yep, we've been running a GoFundMe site for the last month. And all you have to do is if you just go to the search on GoFundMe and just put in Bobby Friss, it'll pop right up. It's Bobby Friss Children's Home Benefit.
I'll look that up and I'll include it in a blog that I'll put on the 1073theeagle.com website to make it easy for people, and link that to our Facebook as well.
And if you are weary of GoFundMe, and there's really no reason to, because every dollar comes directly to me and then I take it directly to the children's home.
Yeah.
But if you're wary of that, doing a credit card or whatever, and if you have Venmo, I have a Venmo account. It's Bobby-Friss, or you can just bring in Bobby Friss. I'm sure it'll pop up. But you can donate $5 to that. It's like going to the 7-Eleven and buying a coffee.
Nice.
And if you had 10,000 listeners out there right now that donated $5, that would be $50,000 in 1 minute.
Yeah, absolutely.
For 10,000 people who just not buying a coffee, so.
And that could literally change the lives of so many kids in the Tampa Bay area.
Well, that's the thing. We talk about the concert and the auction and raising money and all this stuff, but a lot of people are probably out there going, well, what is the Tampa Children's Home Network, and where does this money actually go? I started raising money for them in 1984. And the reason I got involved is because I would go out there and see the kids, hang with them, play ping pong, talk to the counselors, and get a feel for what the money actually does out there, which right now they've got about 60 kids. They take these kids in from, there's no other word, but horrible family situations.
Absolutely.
Abuse, alcohol and drug dependency, teen pregnancy, just stuff that, kids should not have to deal with.
Absolutely not.
And so they try, what I say is it's an oasis of love and healing, basically. The kids go to school. They've got kids from infants all the way up to 17. At 17, they have to kind of phase out.
Yeah.
But they do so much good, and I have personal testimony that it does good, because I've had these kids that I've talked to over the years come out to my shows as grown adults, 30, 40 years old, married with children, and just saying, hey, I remember you came out. And it's not like they're saying, hey, you saved my life. They're just saying, I remember you coming out, and that was cool. And that's enough for me. I mean, just like, I'm not looking to... the counselors and the people at the children's home are the ones
doing the hard work,
doing the heavy lifting, right? If I show up and just go, hey, keep your head up, and you got people that love you here, and I'm here to support you. And if you ever need anything from me, I'll do what I can.
And the thing a lot of people don't realize is kids that have come from these horrible situations probably in so many ways have no idea how to actually live a normal life and just be a kid and go through and do the normal things. And that's what places like this do, is they go, there is love. You deserve to be loved. You deserve to be happy. And that right there gives them a basis to start to rebuild and hopefully make themselves into a real decent person,
Right. I'll give you an example. I was over there shooting a thing for ABC Action News. They're doing a story on it. And while we were there in the lobby shooting, like a 14-year-old kid came out and he had like a big, like a sleeping bag or something, and he was wrapped up, and he just kind of nestled down in front of the door there, and it was just like, what's going on? And some of the counselors said some of the kids just don't know how to even function. To be the cabins and the places they live are heated, and there's other kids, but some of them just don't know how to connect.
They were used to living like find a place to sleep wherever you can.
It's so strange,
and that's where their brain still is, and having to essentially rewire their entire way of thinking.
And more props to these counselors and these people out there doing it, because it's like they're taking kids that are so broken and trying to get them back into an area where they can live a life. And so anyway, get off my soapbox, but so that's what the money goes for. And if you're touched at all by stories like that, not asking for $100 donation. I know everyone does what they can do, but if everyone did $5 or $10, I mean, that does add up.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
We raised $35,000. It was a record last year.
Nice.
So, to go, and like I say, every dollar that you donate comes directly to me, Bobby Friss. I take it and I walk over there sometime next week, and I give them a check for that exact amount. No, production doesn't get paid. My airfare doesn't get paid.
There's
Hotels
no ridiculous
don't get
overhead
paid.
or anything.
Magazine coverage doesn't get paid. No, but no musician gets $1. I might buy him a drink.
But even that's out of your pocket.
That's true. That's true.
Awesome. All right. I will put all the links up to the website. Again, this is Wednesday night, Quaker Steak and Lube. That is on, 49th Street in St. Pete?
49th Street. And if I can, there are a couple more folks that have helped with this. Bobby Ramey's All Steel Buildings in Gibsonton, huge backer for the last 10 years for these kids, always is quick with a check. So I appreciate him. Val at Writer Now Magazine gives us a cover and promotes the hell out of the show.
Cool.
So just a couple of people that go above and beyond that I wanted to say thank you to.
Absolutely. And I will put links to them as well on the website. Shoot them an extra thanks. And thank you for everything that you do. And thanks for coming in and letting people know about the charity again this year, Bobby.
Appreciate it, and happy holidays, everybody. And I think we can still say Merry Christmas. So
You can say whatever you want, buddy.
I'll say Merry Christmas to all.
Absolutely.